This is what I'm talking about. Messages like this are the reasons why we don't have healthy relationships. As a society, women are constantly bombarded with messages like this. Be yourself, you don't need a man, we're all the same. Women can do everything men can do. Don't be a woman that needs a man, be a woman that a man needs. When I first read this, I felt sad. Because for a woman to fall victim to this ideology, she must have been through some really bad relationships. These messages are extremely destructive. They led women to mistake male leadership for wanting control. They think that a man doing things for them, like opening doors or doing them favors, is somehow an insult to their capability. And because of this, instead of making space for the men in their lives, these women continue to remind men that they're not needed. And then they turn around and complain that men are just a bunch of mama's boys. This has nothing to do with equality. The feminist movement has gone from equality to the eradication of all masculinity because it puts men in a lose-lose situation. Women don't allow men to step up and be the leader in their relationship because they think that it puts them in a powerless position. They feel like they're inferior in some way. And yet, when a man doesn't do this, he doesn't step up, he doesn't take leadership, then certainly you're not attracted to him anymore. You lose all respect for him. These messages are turning men into a bunch of pussies. This is not something that women are sexually attracted to. Feminism has created the type of men that women truly despise. Now, what happens when you put men in a lose-lose situation? They go, alright, fine, you do it yourself then. And now you have to do everything yourself. How many times have you heard a woman complain, I am sick and tired of doing everything around the house. I would love to have a man come along and take the lead. I don't want to do everything myself. If you keep running into this problem, you are probably putting the man in your life in a lose-lose situation. If you have the mentality of, I got it, I can do it myself, I'm an independent woman, you are essentially putting a wall around you. And there is no purpose for a man to be in your life. Because of this, no men are going to want to be in a relationship with you. However, the men that you will attract will fall into two categories. The first category is what you call mama's boys, men who are traumatized by their mothers and they want to be taken care of. They love the fact that you're independent and you can do everything on your own. They love it because that means they don't have to do anything. So you're in a relationship with what you thought was a man, turns out to be a child. The second category is also men who have been through a lot of trauma in their past, and it led them to feeling powerful when they can subdue another person. So when they see one of these independent, I can do whatever I want women, they're going to see that as a challenge, and they're going to want to beat you into submission. And of course, this dynamic will turn abusive really quickly. Men and women are not the same. There are things that men can do that women can't. And there are things that women can do, but men can't. It doesn't mean that one is worse or better than the other. It just means that we're different. Men and women are interdependent. Throughout human history, the reason why men and women are different is because this incentivizes us to come together, to unite, to complement each other. Because after all, we're not meant to be in isolation. So what is the takeaway? As a woman, you need to understand that a man's identity is directly linked to his ability to provide and protect. Subconsciously, men define their worth based on the feedback about what they do for others. Men love to take responsibility where it serves their self-esteem to do so. If you take away this role from him, if you don't allow him to provide and protect, if you don't allow him to be in his masculine energy, then he has no purpose in your life. His leadership is not a threat to you in any ways. In fact, it's going to be your greatest asset. So you need to make space for him in your life. Let him open doors for you. Let him do favors for you. Let him pay for the movies. Let him decide where to go on vacation. This is his role. Allow him to play his role and you play your role. Because men and women are not the same. Their roles should not be the same. Remember, when you put the man in your life in a lose-lose situation, you either end up with a passive man or a dictator. If you want to understand men, I made a video about the only 3 things you need to know about men. This is what every woman should know about men. Check out this video here. Until next time, stay curious.